the South Parkway. Always stoked for that. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. But we have our new digs here. If you are interested in it, you can see a picture. You can see a little video as well that I put up at my Twitter page as well. We also have dual cameras going on here in the studio as well. For those of you that are watching on WZZN TV, you're seeing a little shot there of the studio itself that is behind me. And what you're seeing there on the TV is it is overtime in Michigan. They're going to overtime in Michigan on the race that needs to be resumed from yesterday. So we've got that on here in studio with Tyler Reddick leading and William Byron going to be starting alongside him. So it's going to be a shootout in what has been a pretty racy race at Michigan. So how big a fan are you of your favorite team? I mean, do you make a road trip or two each year? Are you a season ticket holder? You know, we know that Brandon is going to Wisconsin to see the Tide play, and that Natty Danny will be heading to Champaign to see the Cheatin' Wolverines play as well. But how about Tommy Ray of Huntsville? I mean, this guy has not missed an Alabama game since 1972. We're talking about 51 years, 660 games in a row, home and away, 10 national championships, 20 SEC championships. And what's even crazier is that he's not a season ticket holder. So I've got no idea how this guy is doing that. Cam Cool wants me to switch the camera back. I thought maybe he'd want me to leave it on the race. I got the camera pointing that way.
That's not a terrible idea.
They're about to go into overtime on the race. So I figured, well, maybe that's what he wants. Oh, he wants to see me instead. All right. Well, you guys want to see me instead? I'll switch it back. But I thought maybe we'd watch this 2-lap shootout or 3-lap shootout for the race in Michigan. Anyway, Tommy Ray is 76 years old now, and he's coming up on the show at the bottom of the hour. Rich Carl wrote a great piece about him at AL.com. You need to go there and check that out. Now, at the top of the one, Teresa Walker, who was in Paris for the AP and is now back in Nashville on the Titans beat, is coming up as the Titans won their second preseason game of the preseason. Camp kicker Braden Narveson hit the game winner from 46 yards as time expired, and he also hit from 59 yards earlier in the game. So he gets it done, and you wonder about whether or not this guy is he going to hang around. I mean, he's just there to give Nick Folk a break. They're wrecking behind him. Oh no, they hit the wall. They come off the wall. There they go. They're spinning around. The Ross Chastain spinning around, not flipping over like Corey LaJoie did earlier, but definitely spinning, and the caution is out. So they're going to have to go with another restart there. I wonder, you think we're doing anything wrong by throwing that up there? I mean, I think we can do that. I think it's okay. We're not violating anything. I don't believe. Anyway, we'll let you know what happens there. It's good stuff. Anyway, this kicker, Braden Narveson, I think he's from North Carolina State. He was 3 for 3. He's in there just to give Nick Folk a break. Remember, Nick Folk, he's 40 years old, but he made 93% of his kicks last year to lead the NFL. So, in a game featuring all backups, Mason Rudolph showed that he is the best option for QB2 in Tennessee over Malik Willis, who is his career's got to be on life support. I mean, he and Zach Wilson, Malik Willis and Zach Wilson, yeah, they might be in the UFL next year. We'll see. And speaking of former Auburn quarterbacks that Gus couldn't win with, Bo Nix once again looked great for the Broncos, who look like the Boise State Broncos out there in their orange breeches and white, jerseys and blue helmets. They beat the Packers in meaningless exhibition games, but they won that game. Nix and Jared Stidham both played well, but Nix looks like the real deal. I mean, as much as you can tell in the preseason, he looks like the real deal. Now, your phone lines are open, 256-576-4977. You can also text the show, 732-9TA show, 732-982-7469. That's a great way to communicate with us. My X feed is at Thom Abraham Show. The Zone is on X at 97.7 ESPN. And you can go ahead and follow at ESPN Winchester as well. And check out our YouTube channel, WZZN TV. Please subscribe to that bad boy. Those of you listening in North Alabama, better get that Zone app, and you better get it now. Because coming up on Friday night, 6 big high school football games for you. 6. And soon, the rumor is that ESPN Winchester will have an app as well. You also need to get the Talk Radio WZZN app for all your Rocket City Trash Panda action and the Huntsville Panthers. Huntsville High Panthers will be playing on Talk Radio 2 on their app coming up on Friday night as well. We'll have Buckhorn, Madison Academy, Westminster, Sparkman, and Randolph, all on the High School Sports Streaming Network. That is on the Zone app. And then Huntsville High will be over on the WZZN app at WZZN, Talk Radio WZZN 2. Not to be confused with 97.7-2, which is your over-the-air signal for Talk Radio WZZN. It is confusing, even confusing for me a little bit. Reminder, this season's live draft for the DFL, the Doghouse Fantasy League, will take place on Tuesday, August 27th, 5:30 at the private room at Carrabba's Italian Grill on the South Parkway, right there at the, by the mall there. It's the 27th at Carrabba's, and we'll have some sort of special for you there that night. All you have to do is say, hey, I need to, hook me up with the discount, and they'll hook you up with a discount. We will be indoors for this draft, so get ready to join the fun. We'll have as many leagues as we need. There is no formal sign-up. You just show up, and we put you in a league. However, it would be nice to know about how many people are coming. So if you're planning on being in the DFL, you need to, shoot me a text to the text window, 732-982-7469, and we'll get a proper head count. We need to get Joe Anthony. We need to get Joe Abraham, who does the morning show in Winchester. We need to get him in this league. He needs to be there. Tuesday the 27th. He needs to be there as well. Anybody who wants to join from Winchester, you can do it. Just jump in there. It'd be great. All right, back in the little glass room, playing the platters that matter and the stacks of wax and keeping us on the air, joining a little bit to see this NASCAR race in Michigan finish right now. It's El Capitan.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together on a spit and polish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen.
Give me back my son!
I don't like violence, Tom. I'm a businessman.
I'm telling you, there's an embarrassing press conference in that kid's future.
You ain't first, you're last. He's got Abraham down.
What a catch!
What a catch! A leaping catch at the 45-yard lines, and he brings it in.
Hey, John Boy, I know you are a big NASCAR fan. They're getting ready for the second attempt at overtime as they were wrecking behind them there at Michigan. And, these tracks that don't have lights, they got to go another lap here before they get going. They just turn the lights off on the pace car. These tracks that don't have lights like Michigan, they should start those races at like 11 o'clock in the morning so that they have a shot at getting the race in for the fans. It had stopped raining and they had started racing. They got 50 laps in and had to shut it down due to darkness yesterday because they didn't start till like 2:30 Eastern time where, in Michigan. I don't understand that.
Yeah, they were pushing it also. They were saying that, there'd be an option that we might be able to race until like 8:30. And I was like, 8:30 would be stretched. It'd be almost pitch black at that point. The sun definitely going down. But
not in the Eastern time zone. I mean, that's like 7:30 in the Central. They'd have been, but not good enough to race.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't go 200 miles an hour in the dusk, in the gloam of night.
NASCAR needs to make their decision on whether they need, cars to have lights, which they shouldn't, and the tracks to have lights. And if you're going to not have lights, there's no reason not to start the race at 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, for us, it was 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock our time. 11 o'clock Eastern would have been fine. They could have got the race in. Now they have all these people that were there. They spend the weekend and everything, and they got to go to work.
No.
Now they're all at work. And they had a good crowd there yesterday.
Yeah, they did. And they were sticking around, too, after all the rain. And now NASCAR on a Monday just feels really weird. And now, having to watch NASCAR in the studio while we're doing your show is definitely something else. But don't worry about me missing out because I got it on my phone right now. Nope. You're a little bit ahead.
You got it. You got it on. You're watching it on the phone.
Yeah.
I threw it out there. I threw the camera view on there for the new digs. You haven't been here yet. You haven't seen the new studio.
Nope.
And I tell you what, have you seen the video? Because I did post a video.
I did see it. I saw everything that you put in there. It is not the wall of craps anymore, but the shack of craps.
It's a shack of craps as well as they go green now there and try to get this race finished with Tyler Reddick on the inside. Driving for Michael Jordan, by the way. He's having more success than Bubba Wallace is with the same team, right? He's driving a 45, which was Jordan's number when he came out of retirement as he pulls away from the pack. So we'll see whether or not, he can hang on and get that win. Kyle Busch is not in the playoffs.
No.
I mean, he's got to win a race. He is not in the playoffs yet. And so it's going to be very interesting to see with a couple of races to go before the playoffs, whether or not he can get in the race. But William Byron trying to track down Tyler Reddick. So we'll see what happens here as they get the white flag, which means if they wreck now, they will go ahead and, declare the race over. And that's the way that works. This Michigan track has been good and it's been pretty racy here today, but it looks like Tyler Reddick is going to get the win for Michael Jordan as they're getting a little dicey in the back of the pack. But at this particular point in time, the back of the pack doesn't matter as much as what's going on up front as they come to the final turn. Tyler Reddick now with about a 4-car length lead, and he will get the win over William Byron. And so there you go. That's your Monday NASCAR finish. I'll leave it. Oh, wait a minute. No, yeah, that's it. All right. Tyler Reddick gets the win for the McDonald's car as well. That's a good job by him. All right. So we'll switch back over to our, to the handsome guy doing the show as there's jubilation in the McDonald's deal there. All right. Lots to get into. We've got a press conference coming up at 1:00 or 1:30. Check that at 1:30. I wonder if we have an ability to carry any of that live from down there at the Von Braun Center. Well, actually, it'll be, where's the press conference going to be? Is it at the Mars Music Hall? I would assume it's at the Mars Music Hall. I wonder if we have an ability. Check with Molden. What if we carry it in? Anyway, the press conference is coming up at 1:30. It'll announce that the Crimson Tide will be back in Huntsville for the Rocket City Classic this fall. Alabama played in Huntsville 4 straight years from 2016 to 2019, winning all 4 of those games, of course. And, this time they might come in as the number 1 team in the country. It could happen. A lot of people having preseason number 1. We'll see what happens by the time this game comes. We'll get the exact date and all that information for you before the end of the show. I'm sure we'll have the press release here at some particular point in time. All right, we get a quick break in here. When we come back, phone lines are open. We're going to start with Natty Danny. So if he wants to jump in here, he can jump it. Did I just say something I wasn't supposed to say? I mean, come on. The press conference is in an hour and 15 minutes. Everybody knows it's because Alabama. Maybe I wasn't supposed to say that. All right. If I wasn't supposed to say that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the people down there. I thought it was good now. No? Okay. There's a press conference coming up at 1:30 for the Rocket City Classic to tell us what teams are coming to the Rocket City Classic this year. I don't know. I'm just guessing that maybe Alabama will be one of them. I don't know. Knucklehead that I am. All right. We'll come back. Your phone calls are next on the Thom Abraham Show.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Eagle Masonry and Insulation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Next time you're online looking for landscaping inspiration, open Instagram and check out Southern Gent Landscaping. They can help make your yard your dream outdoor oasis. Southern Gent Landscaping can handle it all, from landscape maintenance and installation to irrigation and hardscapes, even AstroTurf. Turn your yard into a landscape you'll be proud to show off. Call Southern Gent Landscaping at 256-509-6088. 509-6088. Southern Gent Landscaping. Professional landscaping performed with satisfaction guaranteed.
You don't have to go somewhere else just so you can go somewhere new. Plan your next vacation with Huntsville International Airport and Breeze Airways. Enjoy friendly, convenient, nonstop travel to some of the most exciting destinations in the U.S., including the home of 12 world-famous theme parks, Orlando, Florida. With flights starting as low as just $49, Breeze has got you covered with easy, breezy, nonstop flights to Orlando. Make all their dreams come true. Book nonstop to Orlando now at flybreeze.com.
Embark on a flavorful journey at the Brewers Cooperative. Located within the vibrant community hub of Stovehouse in Huntsville, our brewery isn't just about crafting exceptional beers. It's a destination where culinary delights and local brews harmonize. Whether you're seeking a laid-back lunch or a lively dinner with friends, our diverse menu has something to please every palate. With a commitment to quality and a passion for innovation, we invite you to savor the unique flavors of Huntsville's craft beer scene at the Brewers Cooperative. Call 256-678-7036. The Brewers Cooperative.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
Welcome back, Tom Abraham Show. Segment of the show is brought to you by North Alabama Mortgage. North Alabama Mortgage, you know, with your average home equity at an all-time high, this is a great time to use that equity to get rid of some of that average consumer debt, which is also at an all-time high as well. And the rates may be a little bit higher now, but you can use the equity to pay off the high consumer debt, student loans and credit cards, things like that. Then you refi when the rates drop, and they will drop. So don't put off that new home purchase. When the rates drop, the prices will go up. And now is the time to get the best deal, the best price, and then refi when the rates drop. Same thing for home improvements or anything else you're looking to do. Go to NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. Brian Hammaker and his team, wonderful supporters of everything that we do here at the Valley's Sports Leader. And you need to go to NorthAlabamaMortgage.com and learn more about what they do. All right, phone lines are open if you want to jump in. This is a good time to do it. 256-576-4977. Threw a couple of things out there on the table. You want to talk a little bit about preseason week number 2. I try not to put too much emphasis on what's going on in the preseason, but there has been some movement. There's been a quarterback named starter at the Raiders, where Gardner Minshew gets that job. So, we'll just have to wait and see what happens with some of these other jobs and what might happen. It looks like Bo Nix is going to be the starter in Denver. It looks like it'll be that way. And Sam Darnold is going to be the starter for the Vikings. Gardner Minshew or Sam Darnold?
I'd go with Gardner Minshew all the way. Sam Darnold, the early part of his career, he showed promising things, but of course he got sick at one point, and then from there on out, he was with the Jets. What are you going to do? You're going to not have a good time. And similar to Zach Wilson, it was just wasted potential early in a career. Gardner Minshew, on the other hand, he's been on a lot of teams, but he has found a little bit of success in each one of those seasons.
But he's just a backup. You know what I mean? He's just a guy. Remember Minshew Mania? Yeah. When they had it, and he had one of the greatest nicknames of all time. I don't know why he got rid of the Fu Manchu. What they call it, the Fu Manchu. You know what I mean?
He still might have it. I think he does.
I don't think he does. I think he's got a full beard right now.
I think it's the handlebars.
If he's got the Manchu, then it's the Fu Manchu is back. which would be great.
Nah, he's got a little bit of a goatee beard rocking right now.
Let's get the week kicked off with Natty Danny. Danny, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Doing well, Tom. Congratulations on your new studio.
Thank you.
Now, you're a Yankee fan. Is Paulie in the Cape a Yankee fan?
Yeah, he's a Yankee fan, too. He was spitting up blood last night. Clay Holmes blowing at, again, the league-leading 10th close that he blew as the Detroit Tigers beat the Yankees 3-2 in extra innings in the Little League Classic. And Yankees aren't going anywhere with Clay Holmes closing right now.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I beat you 2 out of 3.
You did. Are they playing today? Is there a fourth game in it? Was that a wraparound series or no? Do you know?
No, I don't think so. I think you guys don't want no. You don't want another game with us.
Yeah, you don't want to play the Detroit Tigers anymore.
Hey, we put a little wrench in your spoiler for this year. I like it. We do that a lot to you guys lately.
Yeah, took 2 out of 3 there, and I mean, they're not going anywhere, but the Yankees are tied with the best record in baseball.
Walk off in the 10th inning, a walk off. Nice. Anyway, with that said, let's. I want to talk a little bit about sausage, hot dogs, and I've seen a hot dog the other night throwing it behind his back. Hey, hot dog, look at the scoreboard, hot dog. Okay, 2 years in a row. Wait. He don't. It's the Lions den now.
Do you think that he really cares about? He's up 13-0 when he went out of the game.
What?
Do you think he cares?
No. He played against our second string. Here's the difference between that team and my team. Is my team, the coaches, the players have bought into what the coach is selling because everybody plays like it's their last game. There's intensity on this team. There's a willing to win. They will themselves to win.
Here's the other difference.
And you're in love with the love. There ain't going to be no love.
There is another difference between your team and the Lions. They're back-to-back Super Bowl champions, and you are not. I'm just saying.
Well, I understand that, okay? But
I'm just saying.
It took us all these years to finally get it, and it took the daughter to own the football team to do something about it. And we finally got the right how do I say it? The family member that was going to do something for this team, and we did, and we got a really good general manager and a really good coach. Yeah. So, and you see what they did last year. You say they're not. No, you say they're gonna fall
I'd like
apart.
to see them.
So,
no. I'm not saying fall apart. I think they're a 10 or 11 win team, and I do think that they're going to be in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to win the division. I think the Packers will win the division, and the Lions will be a wild card team. That's what I believe. Now, I don't think it's going to be like the last time the Packers or the Lions won a playoff game. I think the next year, after they won their last playoff game, I might be lying about this, but I think the next year they won 5 games. So I don't think that'll happen. I think they're good enough to win 10 or 11 games and go back to the playoffs, but they're going to go as a wild card, in my opinion.
Well, you better hope the Packers don't have a lot of injuries in the first stringers because this second string team sucks. They got their ass kicked by the Broncos and Bo Nix, a rookie quarterback.
Well, again, no game planning at all. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not, don't get excited about. I just don't get excited about results, at all.
No, I understand that, but it's awfully nice to, the show off, to show him, hey, listen, the W is more important than throwing balls behind your back, for crying out loud.
Well, it was a pretty cool looking play. I gotta admit, it was a good looking play. It was. And when he left, they were up 13-0. They were 13-0 when he left.
I'm telling you, that was disrespect. If he did that to me, I would come for his head. I don't like that. That's wrong. But that's just who he is, okay? He's not a Tom Brady. He thinks he's going to be Tom Brady. He's not going to be Tom Brady. I'm telling you right now. Period. It's over. You can play as long as you want, pal.
He's won 3 Super Bowls now. He's already won 3.
Tom has won 7, didn't he?
Right. He did. He did. Went to 10 of them.
More. Good luck. Good luck on the 4 more, for crying out loud. As you can tell, I'm not a big Homie fan.
No, you're not.
Yeah, and my grandson loves him. He thinks Kansas City's great. He's the one that roots for Alabama. I love my grandson, but I think he's kind of lost his way. You know, and the rest of my grandsons are Michigan men.
Well, I don't know how he's lost his way. I mean, he knows a winner when he sees it, you know, so he knows about a team that's won 18 national championships. Not, you know, not one.
Come on
you know.
now. This is, you'll see after you lose several games, the Bama fans, and they did it to Nick Saban. I could have sworn I heard the fans here in Alabama, not all of them now, but there's some Alabama fans that want that you lose one game, they want to fire you.
Mm. No, I don't think it'll be that way. Yeah, I don't think it'll be that way.
How about the guy that poisoned the trees? How about that fruitcake?
Oh, that guy's a nut job. He's dead, but I mean, he was a nut job.
There you go. Well, congratulations on your studio. I'm happy for you. And anytime you want to play the Tigers again, I'll be willing to. Let's do it.
Well, let's play in a playoff. Oh, no, wait a minute. The Tigers won't be there.
Okay.
I guess it'll be.
All right, buddy. That's okay. That's okay. You're going to get yours, okay? I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Appreciate you. I love tweaking him. I love just having fun with him. It's always good. Let me get Jeremy in here quick before we get the break. Jeremy, what's going on?
What's going on, Tom? Love the new studio. I left you a comment. I need to come in there and play some music and break the place in real nice.
Yeah. We can get that done.
Bring the guitar in, sit down, do some songs, and just, you know, it's nice. I like it. I like the way you got it set up. It looks real good.
Yeah, get you and my son in here jamming together. My son that's a musician. You guys can jam away. Yeah.
Let's do it. I just got to poke the bear a little bit there. That is Natty Dan, and his comment on Mahomes saying he'd go for him and he'd retaliate if he did that pass, and it was him. How about the retaliation of everybody in the Big Ten for the stuff that Michigan's done the past couple of years with the spying on the other team?
That's a good point. That is a good point. You wonder about
that
people going to retaliate
in this year.
Right.
I have a feeling there's going to be some receipts given out this season in the Big Ten when it comes to Michigan. I don't think there's going to be a hold off of, hey, let's take a knee here. Now let's just put it in the end zone.
Yeah. That's a great point, man.
Well,
it'll be interesting to see. You know, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the Big Ten does respond, you know, now especially with Jim Harbaugh being gone. And I don't think anybody's gonna cut him any slack. That's for sure.
No. And hey, we got a good week this week, Tom, to be out on the river. We got a good. It's going to be perfect just to go out there, relax, and rip some lips this week. Which tomorrow afternoon I'm going to be doing at Lake Gunnersville, hopefully.
Yeah, it's unbelievable week of weather this week. In fact, I told my wife, I said we need to slide out there tonight, you know, after work, and I think at some point in time we're going to try and get out today actually and see if we can't find a little action going on out there. I'm looking forward to getting out and just enjoy, not being able, you know, just be able to just not sweat. Yeah.
But I appreciate it, Tom. The studio looks good. Y'all have a good one, and let's just catch a 10-pounder today. Let's do that.
There you go. All right, sounds good. Appreciate you. It's a good job by Jeremy. All right, we get a break. When we come back, Tommy Ray. Is this the biggest fan of any team anywhere? We'll talk to Tommy Ray next in Huntsville, right after this on the Tom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Tom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Check out VSiN's catalog of original podcasts, daily and weekly programming to keep you in the know when you're on the go. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Quarterback Caleb Williams is the favorite to win the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award at plus 140. The Bears quarterback was the top overall selection in this year's draft. Bears coach Matt Eberflus has been impressed with Williams so far in the preseason.
It's not always going to be rosy. You know, you're not going to make all your completions and make these big chunk plays to start out. And so I saw operation that was good. before the snap, in and out of the huddle. Really good communicating. Cadence was good. I thought his flow of the game was really nice.
Jaden Daniels, second among bettors at plus 600. Marvin Harrison Jr. plus 750. That's the VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I'm Chuck Sanders.
This summer, make it a Woody Anderson Ford. Make it 0% financing, make it no down payment, and make no payments for 90 days. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford. It's our Ford Summer Sales event, and I promise you can save serious dollars on a large selection of our 2024 Fords. We've got financing as low as 0% for 36 months on 2024 F-150, Explorer, Expedition, Edge, Escape, plus all-electric F-150 Lightning and Mustang Mach-E. And on all these Fords I just mentioned, you'll make no down payment and no payments for 90 days. Can you say Orange Beach, here we come? This is going to be a good summer. Come choose from over 550 new Fords, and you'll learn firsthand that nobody will work harder to earn your business. Brand new award-winning Fords with 0% financing, no down payment, and no payment for 90 days with your good credit. This offer ends 9/3/24. Come see us today and make it a Woody Anderson Ford. Hope to see you soon.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Stan McDonald. Stan, tell everybody why you're the best damn dirt lawyer in North Alabama.
Yes, Wes, at Jacob Title and the Stanton Law Firm. You know I'm a dirt lawyer, and a lot of our friends know that, which means we specialize in real estate. Now, if you own real estate or you're buying it or you're selling it, you need to do a closing, but a lot of times there's legal issues associated with that. We're a great group to talk to. My son, Lewis McDonald, heads our commercial closing division, and we approach your real estate needs very seriously. We seek to be the premier real estate closing company in North Alabama, and we do it in such a way it shows that we're experienced, we're for your success. We like to handle your real estate needs the same way Coach Dan Reeves used to say, never let them see you sweat. And that's going to be to your benefit, too, when you visit us at Jacob Title and the Stanton Law Firm. Our website online is jacobtitle.com.
Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama.
Not looking or feeling your best? No energy for the things you like to do? Ready to look and feel younger? Make your appointment at Advanced Life Clinic, one of the region's foremost destinations for patients interested in looking and feeling their best. Specializing in advanced laser treatments and weight loss, male and female rejuvenation to offset the effects of aging, and more. See how Advanced Life Clinic can help you enjoy your life again. Call 256-882-6555 or log on advancedlifeclinic.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
You know, this process is all about talking ball.
Listen to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond.
What did they want privacy for? To just start talking ball.
Every weekday morning, wake up with Scott and Drew. It's Talkin' Ball. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Brothers today are brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, the service department at Woody Anderson Ford, the award-winning service department at Woody Anderson Ford. Taking care of your routine checkups, but also if you got bigger problems, they have expert service technicians that are going to quickly diagnose it. They're going to use state-of-the-art tools to get it resolved. Okay, they take care of all the preventative maintenance stuff like belts and hoses and fluids and stuff, but also doing air conditioner work, brake work, and tranny repair. And they have a very convenient mobile service as well. And if you can only get out on a weekend or at night, the Quick Lane Service Department is your one-stop shop for services to brakes and tires and batteries. No matter the service that your Ford or other model needs, Woody Anderson ensures quick, professional, exceptional service. And don't forget the certified gold pre-owned vehicles as well. My driveway is full of them and has been for 20 years because it's the only place that I go in the Tennessee Valley. All right, so I read this excellent article over the weekend that Rich Carl wrote about Tommy Ray. He's got to be the biggest fan of Alabama that I know of for sure. And I said to myself, I got to get this guy on the air. We got to find Tommy Ray. We got to get him on the air because some of you might not have seen the article, or if you have, if you're not a subscriber, you can't read the article. And so Tommy Ray joins us now in the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Tommy, welcome to the show. How are you?
I am doing fine, and thank you very much. I have to say that I'm quite humbled by all this, and I know we'll be talking about a lot of football, but up front, I want to just say the Lord is the most important thing in my life and my family, and He has given me something wonderful to follow. And this is something that I don't have to do. It's something I want to do. But I'm humbled to be with you.
Well, as a fellow believer, I'm glad to hear you say that. So that is great. So let's get into this a little bit. So you probably don't even know that we're the Alabama affiliate here in the Tennessee Valley because you never hear the game on the radio, right? Unless you're down there in Tuscaloosa. Maybe you listen to the pregame a little bit or the postgame, but you never even listen to a game on the radio here in Huntsville because you're always at the game, right?
That's exactly right. And I will say this, my wife does. She gets the radio section. She listens to it. But I have listened to your show many times during the day and enjoy it very much.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for saying that. 51 years, every single game, 660.
52.
52 now.
Down wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 52 years.
52 years every single game since 1972, 660 games in a row. We don't like that number, though. I mean, we need to get rid of that number, but it won't be long. 10 national championships, 20 SEC championships. That sounds about right. What I don't understand is you are not a season ticket holder. Have you been a season ticket holder in the past and just are not now? Because I don't know how you do this without having season tickets.
No, sir, I'm not. Back in, I think it was 86 when Tide Pride became available. I probably at that point couldn't even afford to put gas in my car at that time if I had a car. But anyway, no, I couldn't afford it obviously to get in Tide Pride then. So no, and never have been a Tide Pride member.
So how do you do it? I mean, just getting tickets week to week. You got help on that? Did you buy them in the secondary market? How is it that you're able to score tickets to every single Alabama game every year?
Well, it started actually in 1963. In 1963, my brother-in-law, Kenneth McQuarrie, came home one day. I can tell you a real quick story, I guess, how it all started, if you want me to. But in 1960, I, for some reason, turned the radio on, and Alabama was playing on the radio. And from 60, as far as I can remember, I listened to every single game on the radio from 60 to 1963, and occasionally they would be on TV, in black and white.
Right.
So to me, it was almost like a sort of a make-believe thing that you just turn on the TV or turn on the radio and you just enjoy this play, and you don't know if it's real and all this kind of stuff. But you sit and hear Maury Farrell was the announcer at that time, and I used to visualize in my mind. He would say, the Alabama's with red helmets with white stripe, red shirts, white numerals, white pants, 2 red stripes. And I just sat and think about how that must look if it was real. And I don't know if I knew it was real or not. But anyway, I just grew up on the radio. And in 1963, November 1st, 63, my brother-in-law, Kenneth McCurry, came home with a couple of tickets. And he said, "How would you like to see Alabama play?" And I said, "Somebody's playing a joke on me." I didn't know if it was real or not. I mean, I'm serious. I didn't know if it was real or not, but he pulled 2 tickets out of his pocket, and I held my first 2 tickets. And, the furthest thing from my mind at that point was how many more I would hold. But to answer your question, in the 60s, from 63 to 71, I was fortunate to see 26 games. They weren't all in a row, but 26. But the November 2nd, 1963 Mississippi State game, my brother-in-law took me down, and I have a little story behind that if you have time. But basically started out on the street, holding up the finger and 2 fingers and getting 2 tickets and just paying scalpers prices. And as time went on, I began to meet people and people that did have some standings. At the university, friend Thom in Birmingham was very helpful for me, and he helped me get tickets, and so it sort of got me off the street somewhat.
Yeah.
So I was able to get tickets from friends.
So you were never a season ticket holder, is that right?
No, sir, that is correct. Never have been.
Wow. That makes the story even better. Tommy Ray with us here. I just finished reading a book about a guy that when he retired, he decided to play in 1 year's time. He decided to play the 100 greatest courses, according to Golf Digest, in the country. And he went on this quest to play this 100 greatest golf courses. There's a book here, Tommy. I mean, you got to, the things that you have seen, not only since 72, but going all the way back those other 26 games. So tell me in 72 when it starts. So you're not thinking at this point in time, I'm now going to go to every Alabama game for the next 52 years, right? I mean, you just start going to games in 72. And then when do you realize, hey, dang, I've been to every Alabama game for the last 2 or 3 years now?
Well, Tom, what I'm about to say is the truth, and you have to believe me, I still don't think in those terms. I would just ask the Lord to see one more game. I'm just a one game at a time. I don't assume anything. And the first game in 72 I went to, it was Alabama and Duke in Legion Field, a night game. And I went to that game and just, I said, I'd like to go next week. So I went to the Kentucky game the next week. And I remember sitting in Dallas at the old Cotton Bowl out in Dallas. I guess it was January 1st, 73. And it just hit me and realized that I'd just seen every game that year. And I just, then, counted my blessings. I said, well, how fortunate I am to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so, that season turned into 2 and 3 and 4 and just seriously one game at a time. And I never have assumed anything. I will not assume I'm going to see the Western Kentucky game. That's my desire and that's what I'd like to do. But, people ask me a lot of times, will the streak ever end? Well, surely, and it may be over now. The Lord just hadn't told me yet, But I don't assume anything, and it's always one game at a time.
Yeah, it has been an incredible run, and you just kind of keep chipping away at it, which is great. All right, so take us back. Duke and Alabama at Legion Field. I was blessed to broadcast some games from Legion Field when the Birmingham Iron were playing there for a short period of time. So that was a thrill for me to go to the old gray lady. But having said that, do you recall what the ticket cost? And do you keep it? Did you keep any of these tickets? Do you have any memorabilia? Like, oh, wait a minute, I got to keep all of these tickets from every game I've been to. But do you remember what the game cost when you went to the Duke Alabama game?
I'm pretty sure, without going back, I'm pretty sure it was $5. And it may have been $3.50. I know it wasn't.
Wow.
Back then for a guy like me, that was a lot of money then. But in answer to your question, I just recently, last summer, our house was hit by a tornado July the 21st last year, and we're still not back in. My wife and I are still not back in it. But over the summer, I had a lot of time to sit and go through my stuff, and I did go through my tickets. I hope you're sitting down. I have a total of over 9,000 Alabama football tickets.
Wow.
And I've got tickets to every game that I've been to. And what I do is after the game, it basically started, in probably early 80s or something. After the games, I just walk around the stadium and, people drop tickets. And I often wonder why. Why do they drop them? So
yeah.
I pick them up and I'd leave the stadium with sometimes 40 or 50 tickets, from that game. And it's just accumulated. So Yeah, I have every ticket to every game I've ever been to. Plus,
That's
I've got
great.
many, many more back in the 1920s and 30s. I've got tickets that I've got and all the programs. I hadn't gone through my programs yet, but I've probably got as many, if not more, programs.
Now here's the scary part. Tommy Ray with us here, Alabama super fan. Has been to every game for the last 52 years, and that includes national championship games, California Rose Bowls, wherever they've been playing. All right, here's the scary part. Have you
COVID or non-COVID, too? By the way, COVID or non-COVID?
COVID or non-COVID? It's right. No, come on. How'd you get into the COVID games?
Well, I was getting concerned. I was getting concerned, Tom. I was really getting concerned early in the year, and I wrote a letter to Greg Byrne, the athletic director at Alabama, back in, I think it was March, and I introduced myself, and I sort of gave him a brief history, and I shortened it as best I could, and I said, this is for the first time in my life I may be in a situation where I don't have control over doing something I really enjoy. And if it comes to it, is there any avenue for me to get in these games? At that time they were talking no fans, and I didn't know how it would go down. But the long story short, as it transpired, the university, they did help me with about 4 games, and France helped me with about 4 more. And yeah, I got to see them all. So it was a lot of, little anxiety along the way. But the Lord took care of me.
My producer just sent me a message down the line that said break warning. And I texted him back, I may never break from this guy. I love this story. All right. Last question. This is the scary one now. Have you or your wife, have you ever sat down and tried to calculate how much this has cost? Because there are people listening right now that say this guy must be a multi-millionaire because all of the travel and going everywhere, bowl games. And nowadays the cost of going to a national championship game is 5 figures. Have you ever sat down and tried to figure out how much money you've spent going to all these games?
No, but I will say that and I sincerely believe this, the Lord has provided, and I am not a rich person. I hear that all the time, and the people that know me know I'm not. Now, I'm not destitute, of course, and then, like I said, this is not something I have to do. It's something I want to do. But no, I've got just about all the data over the years, from tickets, the record, total records, the coaches, and all that kind of stuff. And but there's no way I can come up with a money figure. And to be honest with you, Tom, it's irrelevant. I've always said, a lot of people would say, are you going to go to the game this week? And they'll say, well, man, tickets going to be too much. And I said, that's not what I'm asking. And my feeling, I make it simple. Simple choice. You're going or you're not going. And if you're going, you don't worry about the little small things and stuff like that. But just looking back and having seen, I guess, Coach Bryant's last 127 games and being able to interact with him personally and talk to him on a number of occasions, and every coach from that point on all the way down to Coach Saban. Unfortunately, I never got to meet Saban. But all the coaches up to then, I had, personal relationships with him. I talked to him and would see him quite often. But Saban was he was a different individual, and it just never did happen. But anyway, just being so blessed to be. I mean, how many people get to sit down with Coach Bryant, sitting in his car sideways and just sitting there talking to us at a pregame practice in the Cotton Bowl, and him just talking to you and signing anything. I had my nephews with me and just signing things for us. I mean, you look back and I just stop and think, how blessed can a person be?
No,
and
that you're pretty.
It's not money. It's not money, Tom. It's if you have the desire, and then the Lord will provide. And like I said from the beginning, football is not my life. It's something I enjoy very much, but the Lord is, and just I am so very blessed. And if He allows me to see the Western Kentucky game this 2 weeks, I will be further blessed.
Well, I'll tell you what, a fascinating story. Tommy Ray has been our guest. I appreciate you. We got to get that situation straightened out with Saban. We need to get you with Saban. If he knew, does he know you've been to every single game he coached at Alabama? You got to have a cup of coffee with Nick Saban. We got to figure something out with that. But Tommy, I appreciate you. Go ahead.
Well, that would be nice. I'd like to meet him sometime. And I've always said that joking around. Just this is a joke. I'd always say someday he'll want to meet me.
He should want to. I guarantee you, if he knew, he would want to meet you, and we're going to make sure that he knows that for sure. Tommy Ray has been our guest. Tommy, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you listening, and God bless you, man. Just go to all them games and bring home a bunch of wins.
God bless you, sir, and the Lord will provide it.
Thank you. That's Tommy Ray. Gosh, that's fascinating. I talked to that guy forever. That's a book, man. Great stuff. All right, let's get a break. We'll come back, wrap it up. Tell you what's coming in hour number 2 next on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey, Wes. Our company, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a 5th-generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
But you guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10 plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com. Or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey, Wes, we show up.
Welcome back. Thom Abraham Show. Let me tell you something. That was fascinating. I mean, I could have gone another 15 minutes with that guy. Easy, Tommy Ray. He's like the Forrest Gump of Alabama fans. I mean, just think about what this dude has seen in 52 years, since 1972. I mean, just think about what he has seen, not to mention the 26 games in the 60s. But just think about everything that guy has witnessed, being at every single Alabama game. And the COVID part, getting into games during COVID.
Wild.
And the national, I mean, you got to be kidding me. The national championships that this guy saw. The moments. I mean, you could do a whole day, greatest things he ever saw. What was the, 2nd and 26, 3rd and 31? I mean, what was the greatest thing you ever saw? Or should I say 4th and 31? Just think about what he has seen. Those are just a couple of things from this, century. All right, coming up, Teresa Walker will join us. She was in Paris for the Olympics, and she covers the Titans. We'll talk to her next, right here on the Thom Abraham Show. Owen Home Appliance Center features the biggest names in home appliances like Viking, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, GE, and Frigidaire. But they also have great brands that you may not know, like Mela, Forno, Z-Line, Invisicook, and Beko. But no matter what, they all get delivered the day you buy, and they service everything they sell. And at the Lacey Spring Showroom, just 8 miles south of the river on 231, you'll find a totally interactive showroom where you can hear the dishwashers wash and the freezer's free and see the cookies get baked in the double ovens. Owen Home Appliance Center will even wash and dry a load of clothes for you so that you can see how great the products are. And they have ice machines making all kinds of ice, cubed, nugget, and top hat. How is that for variety? Owen Home Appliance Center believes in community involvement as well, sponsoring youth teams, race cars, and an annual Easter egg hunt. Quality products, quality pricing, quality service is the name of the game for Owen Home Appliance Center. Find them in Somerville and Lacey Springs and online at owenappliance.com.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The Steelers could be without star running back Jaylen Warren for the regular season opener against the Falcons. He'll be out multiple weeks with a hamstring injury sustained in Saturday's preseason game. His status for week 1 in Atlanta is uncertain. Najee Harris would see an increased workload if Warren is unavailable. Steelers center Nate Herbig sidelined a significant amount of time with a torn rotator cuff. That injury paving the way for rookie center Zach Frazier to start. Rams coach Sean McVay not sure if quarterback Matt Stafford will practice today, but said he is not concerned about him missing time due to hamstring tightness. Redshirt sophomore Maddox Madsen named Boise State starting quarterback for week 1 against Georgia Southern. The Broncos do enter this college football season as one of the favorites from outside the 4 power conferences to capture a spot in the new 12-team college football playoff.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Everything you need is just a click away.
I screw up sometimes, sue me.
Okay, almost everything.
Come on, pal. Tell your fortune.
Log on today. 97.7ESPN.com. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Rocket City Federal Solutions, LLC is committed to streamlining engineering solutions for all aspects of installations and facilities, construction, and management worldwide with expertise and precision. These guys are great Americans, helping to keep us safe everywhere from right here in the Tennessee Valley. The team at Rocket City Federal Solutions is headed by CEO Jason Larson, and they have over 35 years combined experience handling projects all over the world. Learn more at RocketCityFederalSolutions.com. That's RocketCityFederalSolutions.com.
You don't have to go somewhere else just so you can go somewhere new. Plan your next vacation with Huntsville International Airport and Breeze Airways. Enjoy friendly, convenient, nonstop travel to some of the most exciting destinations in the U.S., including the home of iconic casinos, world-class shows, dining, and entertainment. Las Vegas. With flights starting as low as just $79, Breeze has got you covered with easy, breezy, nonstop flights to Las Vegas. Book nonstop to Las Vegas now at flybreeze.com.
Looking for your next game day party destination? Well, think outside the box and kick back at Flosa Premier. And you may be thinking, isn't that the trampoline place? Of course it is. But it's also the one-stop spot for all things fun. And if kicking back with the boys to watch the game is your jam, then you're in the right spot. Jump or not, Flo tends to all ages, meaning while you sit back and watch the game, but little Jimmy's having the time of his life perfecting that front flip he most definitely wants to show you. You got this, Jimmy. So next time you think Flo, think fun for everyone.
You need to be more like a dog. Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about. Be a dog. God bless the show. You are the Messiah. We need more dogs. This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on. That's my dog. Now live, here he is, the big dog, Thom Abraham.
How you doing? Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Hale McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn. I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
And welcome back, hour number 2 of the Thom Abraham Show. Segment of the show is brought to you by the great Americans at Rocket City Federal Solutions. They're committed to streamlining engineering solutions for all aspects of installations and facilities, construction, and management worldwide with expertise and precision. And, the team at Rocket City Federal Solutions is headed up by their CEO, Jason Largent, and they have over 35 years of combined experience. They have a global network of projects and critical systems, facility engineering, environmental, operational, even maintenance, and more. Learn more at RocketCityFederalSolutions.com. That's RocketCityFederalSolutions.com. Great Americans keeping us safe all over the world. I'm still beside myself about the Tommy Ray thing. I mean, the Tommy Ray story, there's a book there that has to be written. I mean, what this dude has seen in 52 years, you know who could write that book is Teresa Walker. Now, she might have a hard time writing it because it's, he's the Alabama guy. Now, and if it was a Tennessee guy, she'd be writing a book already. But she could write this book. She joins us now from the AP in Nashville, up in Tennessee. She is the bureau chief for all of Tennessee, and she joins us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. T-Dub, welcome back. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Tom?
I'm great. I just interviewed a guy, 76 years old, that's been to every single Alabama game, including the COVID years, since 1972. 660 straight games, national championships, Rose Bowls all over the country. Doesn't matter. He's been to every single game. And I started thinking about what this guy has seen since 1972 when he bought his first ticket for $3.50 to the Duke game. And it's a book, man. There's a book there somewhere that would tie in like what was going on in society during that period. And this guy was seeing every single game for 52 years. I mean, it's crazy.
It is insane. And I thought that my mother-in-law had set a nice standard, having seen every Tennessee game since the start of the 85 season. And traveling, you name it. Until there was an accident that kept her from making a season opener one year. So, but 72, that's almost insane. And yeah, you're right. I mean, think about what we've seen in society and in the SEC, and particularly Alabama. There were the good years. There was the last Bear game at the Liberty Bowl. There was, the years that Alabama fans like to, the years that shall not be mentioned. Every SEC school has those little set stretches, right? But for Alabama, that could be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he was at the goal line stand, right? I mean, you think about Barry Krause, kick six. I was at kick six too, but I don't know if I prefer to remember that too much, but I was there. Yeah, you were there too. But it's just amazing story. How many Tennessee Titan games, preseason or otherwise, do you think you have missed in the 25 years that they've been the Tennessee Titans since 2000?
Well, I'm going into my 28th year covering them since they moved to the state. I missed one regular season game because my bosses wanted me in New York and said, go ahead and come on up. It was the Carolina with Cam Newton game in 2015. And I missed 2 preseason games because my husband was in the ER or, family health issues.
Right.
But other than that, now there were a couple of games where I was helping because I was a little bit on the DL, but I wasn't going to miss the game. And even though I was supposed to not really be working, I still managed to write stories. There was one game where I think Matt Hasselbeck got hurt, and I ended up having to write a story on that. So, 3 in 27 seasons and counting. This will be 28. So it's not easy to make every single game for a specific team. So, what that person's done, it's stupendous.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy. Teresa Walker with us here. All right. So tell me about this kicker, Braden Narveson. He's just in there, to give a break to Nick Folk, and by all intents and purposes, Nick Folk is their kicker. But dude is 3 for 3, hits a 59-yarder and then a 46-yarder as time is expiring. Is he's got to be earning a job somewhere in the league, if not in in Nashville.
Somebody's got to be calling him. And for the people thinking that, there's a kicker competition. No, the Titans just re-signed Nick Folk. Now, granted, Nick Folk is going to be 40 in November. So he is getting up there, but he just turned in his best season yet of his career, led the NFL, making 96.7% of his kicks last year. So that's a pretty good standard. But Braden Narveson, NC State kid, rookie, he was sick earlier in the day. I mean, Brian Callahan wasn't sure he was going to be available even, and they managed to IV him up and get him ready. And he goes out there and kicks not 1, not 2, but 3 kicks in the fourth quarter. The 59-yarder where Callahan credited the special teams coordinator, Colt Anderson, with saying, let him try it. And the kicker said, wouldn't say afterwards, no, that's not the longest kick in my bag. And he wouldn't share what his range was, but he goes, I can go longer than that. And then they send him out there, get the, it's a preseason game. You're thinking, what does it matter? Well, first year coach, you do want to win. You want to prove that you can make the decisions. And they're trying to figure out who the backup quarterback is, and not really a competition. I mean, it needs to be Mason Rudolph. Brian Callahan said yesterday, we'll kind of deal with that and talk about that later. But it was pretty obvious watching Malik Willis and Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph moved him down the field and got a touchdown to Nick Westbrook-Akine, set up the drive to get that winning field goal, and did it pretty quickly. So. But this kid, I mean, that's the thing with kickers. They bounce around a lot. You got to have a different mentality as a kicker. And it's funny. I saw a video of a guy who's, trying out as punter, and he was sharing on social media his tryout for the Washington Commanders. And then he shares I was told by the Washington Commanders to take down the video because he had shown himself in getting ready at the hotel, getting picked up, working out, going through the meal line after the workout, waiting to get the bad news that, no, we're not going to sign you. And, it was pretty interesting life behind the scenes of the NFL, and they made him take it down. So Braden Narveson, I know, it was great. It was great advertising, I thought, for the NFL. But, NFL teams, they like to put out their own media these days. And I guess they didn't think, the NFL is all about control, Tom. You know that.
I thought Ryan Tannehill was called back in to kick those field goals. I saw that 17 there, and I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. I was going to ask you about the quarterbacks. You kind of intimated there, the Malik Willis experiment seems to be coming to an end. Obviously, Mason Rudolph looks much better and looks much more ready to take a team over. in the event that Will Levis was injured. We saw this writing on the wall though, right last year when they're bringing in Josh Dobbs to start a game when Malik Willis is right there. Is he going to go down as being the final major mistake of the previous regime, thinking that Malik Willis could be this guy? Who, by the way, I was not when they were talking about Malik Willis, not the Titans, but when the draft Knicks were talking about Malik Willis being potentially a first round quarterback back in the year he came out, I was like, you got to be kidding me here, man. I mean, it's just no way. And sure enough, it's now playing out in front of us where this kid's fighting for a career.
Well, and that's the thing. When the Titans took him, they insisted that it was the best player available at that point. And the problem is the offense that he ran at Liberty, where he was so successful and put up a lot of big numbers, it didn't translate to what he's been asked under now 2 different coaches to run in the NFL. And you would think that what Brian Callahan is asking him to do would fit his skill set. And he looked most comfortable when he was running the ball. He had a couple of nice runs, and at the end of the first half, he was leading the Titans in yards rushing. But you're not going to survive a quarterback running the ball primarily. And that's the challenge. You've got to be able to throw the ball down the field and stand in there. And, particularly there, one of the passes that got batted down, during the joint practices with the Seahawks, it was Malik Willis. It's like you need to see more coming from him. And this being his 3rd off season, this is a time where he should be NFL ready, and just not seeing that at this point. I mean, I wrote it in Saturday night. Mason Rudolph made it very clear. He's the guy that should be backing up Will Levis.
Teresa Walker with us here, and it looks like he will be the guy backing up Will Levis. What are they going to do for this final preseason game when they go on the road? Are they going to play the starters at all? I mean, they've been going to great lengths to kind of keep everybody healthy.
Well, Brian Callahan does want to see the starters. Now, that doesn't mean Jeffrey Simmons, L'Jarius Sneed, Chidobe Awuzie, who may get back out on the practice field this week. He was hurt at the beginning of camp with a calf. He's been walking around. He was watching the joint practices wearing a jersey. He may get back on the practice field this week, but, they're going to keep some starters out. But Brian Callahan does want to see Will Levis and some of these guys get, a big chunk of the starters will work probably 3 series on Sunday. It's throwing me off that there's a Sunday preseason game at 1 o'clock with the Saints, but they will play. And honestly, they need to, Tom. I mean, after that, it's a 2-week break before you have to play and open the season. And that it's tough to switch gears from preseason practice mode and not having taken a game rep. And then suddenly it's full go. It's the regular season. The speed changes dramatically. And guys have, a 2-week wait. If you went 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you can't do that. So he's going to get them out there for approximately 3 series. We'll see how many snaps that ends up being. But, it's a smart move. You've got to get them some timing and under some conditions. And the best news, not committing to it, but there's a chance DeAndre Hopkins is back in time for that opener in Chicago, September 8th. That might be the best news yet because, let's put it this way. One of the cornerbacks for Seattle locked down Calvin Ridley, and, Traylon Burks looked good, but, this offense relies on the wide receiver core. And let's be honest, that's led by Calvin Ridley got the big contract, but DeAndre Hopkins is the guy who is going to help make this group run, especially early until everything gets settled in.
That's what's great about, having you on the show for 2007, 17 years. Goodness gracious. We've been talking for 17 years, Teresa. I never even considered that, but that's what's great. Because that was my next question. I was going to ask about DeAndre Hopkins and what the outlook was for him. And the fact that you mentioned that he could be back is great news there. Tell us about our boy, J.C. Latham, and how he is looking.
Well, he's looking pretty good. He got a little bit of some lessons from the Seattle Seahawks. Leonard Williams, taught him a few things. At one point on the second day of the joint practices, he ended up on top of J.C. Latham and, was getting ready to, I mean, Leonard Williams pulled back that right arm, and it's like, throwing a punch at a guy wearing a helmet. I mean, and at one point J.C. Latham got his helmet pulled off and, responded accordingly so that he would not get tossed out of the game. If you get a helmet off in a game, you want to be the guy having it yanked off, not yanking it off. There's one time I did see him get his hands to the face. That would have been a penalty if, they had more officials on the field that day working and calling and throwing things, some penalty flags. But, let's put it this way. The left side of the Titans line is in much, much better shape than it was at any point last season because he is the left tackle. Peter Skoronski at left guard, Lloyd Cushenberry there in the center. And right now it looks like they've got their right tackle and right guard in Nicholas Petit-Ferrer, and Dylan Radin seems to be winning that right guard job. Not completely ready to put it in, firm it all up completely. But Brian Callahan said yesterday, that's what it's looking like at this moment, which is good for the Titans in that these are both their draft picks. They've got, draft capital invested in them, and that gives them Daniel Brunskill as a guy who can, work at center and work at guard, and gives them a, veteran backup who can swing both sides. So it's that's what they needed to have step up. And now they've got some time to work those five with Bill Callahan, the offensive line coach, to kind of settle in over these next 3 weeks because, that's the thing. It's crazy to think that within 3 weeks the season starts and we will learn an awful lot about this team in the first month of the season because there's a lot of moving pieces. Think about it, Tom. You got a new coach, new coaching staff, a lot of new players, and, it's training camp. But you put things in, but you don't, the puzzle really doesn't start coming together until this point of the year. The clock now is really starting to tick louder as we prepare for kickoff in less than 3 weeks. I mean, think about it. It's almost scary.
It's scary, good scary, though, really, for football fans. Any battles left? What are you watching here down the last couple of weeks before opening day? Where are they still, got some questions they need to answer?
Well, the biggest question is inside linebacker, and with the injury to Cedric Gray keeping him sidelined for the first 2 preseason games, Kenneth Murray, a guy that they brought in from the Chargers, is kind of working his way ahead. Now, James Williams is a rookie draft pick that has, he's playing well in practice. He's got to take that into the games and show that he can play just as fast there as he does in the practice field. He's taken lots of notes. He's impressed people. Jaquan Jackson is a guy that Kieris Jackson got hurt. He's looking great in the return game. Well, Jaquan Jackson really played well in the joint practices, has played well in the preseason games, and he's a guy, there's going to be some interesting cuts for the wide receiver core. Nick Westbrook-Akina had a nice touchdown catch the other night. Well, for a change, he shouldn't be among the top 4 for this receiving core simply because they brought in Tyler Boyd, Calvin Ridley, Traylon Burks is there, DeAndre Hopkins. And so the battle for 4, 5, and 6, do they go 7, is going to be a challenge. And Brian Callahan made it clear there's going to be some very tough cuts a week from tomorrow when they have to go from 90 to 53. And receiver core is probably going to be some of the toughest cuts. Do they keep 6? Do they go 7? With this offense that Brian Callahan's wanting to run, do they keep 4 tight ends? Because, DMR, Dennis Martin Robinson, I think his name is, Nick Vanette are 2 guys that they brought in that have really pushed and shown some good things. And right now, Josh Wiley is in the concussion protocol because he got, he landed on his head in practice last Thursday. What are the numbers and the different position groups going to be a very interesting look to see how they put this roster together next week.
Teresa Walker has been our guest. She was in Paris for the Olympics. How many Olympics does that make for you covering?
7, and the last 3 Summer Olympics in a row helping cover women's basketball.
Oh, okay. All right. It got a little dicey for them there for a moment, but they went ahead and won, I think, 63, 64, 66, however many games in a row now, 8 straight Olympic gold medals. So that was a good job by them. And will you be doing the next Winter Olympics too, or are you just doing summer right now?
Well, Tom, let's just put it this way. When you're a week away from, I mean, literally, I was on a plane coming back from Paris at this time last week. It's too soon to talk about another Olympics. So I've got colleagues who want me in Italy. They're going to be held around Cortino, Milano, Milano. I'm not even Italy. We'll keep it that simple. Yeah. It's too soon. It's like asking a woman who's just given birth, do you want to have another kid? The answer right now is no.
Yeah. I tell broadcasters that and coaches that all the time. I retired one year in college coaching, and right at the end of the season, and 2 weeks later I was chomping at the bit, and I got my old job back. You can't make decisions at the end of a season, at the end of a big trip like that. My wife and I, every time we come back from a vacation, we say, you know what, we're not doing that again in a while. And then a month later we're like, hey, where can we go now? So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like, no. I just need to rest right now. 7 is a good round number if that's what it ends up being. I'll just say that.
Always appreciate you. Teresa Walker has been our guest. She'll join us from time to time during the season, covering the Titans, all things really in the state of Tennessee. But today we talk Titans. Appreciate you, T-Dub.
Sounds good. My pleasure, Tom. In 17 years, we haven't aged a bit.
17 years, and we look exactly the same. 17 years. That means my producer was 6 years old when we started doing this. My producer was 6 years old, and now he's running my show. Well, it's crazy. That's nuts.
Insane. But
it is
we
insane.
Haven't aged a bit.
Not a bit. No, nor has he. He's still like he was when he was 7 years old. So, all right. Appreciate you as always. Good stuff.
Thanks, Tom.
17 years. I mean, it's like, where is the time going? 17 years I've been having Teresa Walker on this show. Oh my gosh. It's just mind-boggling. All right, we get a break. We're going to go open lines the rest of the way. I got some stories that I can dump in here. We got some texts that we can dump in here. But if you want to jump in, well, you can take it from here. 256-576-4977. I'm still reeling a little bit from the Tommy Ray interview. I thought it was fascinating. Just think about what he saw. Think about 1985, the Iron Bowl in 85, Van Tiffin. But think about the things this guy has seen. The goal line stand.
Well, he was still on the phone lines for a little bit after you got done with that interview, so he definitely wanted to talk more about it.
Oh, I could talk to him for a long time. Somebody's got to write the book. Somebody's got to write the book. All right, we got a break. We'll come back. Lines are open, 256-576-4977. It's the Tom Abraham Show.
This summer, make it a Woody Anderson Ford. Make it 0% financing, make it no down payment, and make no payments for 90 days. Hey, folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford. It's our Ford summer sales event, and I promise you can save serious dollars on a large selection of our 2024 Fords. We've got financing as low as 0% for 36 months on 2024 F-150, Explorer, Expedition, Edge, Escape, plus all-electric F-150 Lightning and Mustang Mach-E. And on all these Fords I just mentioned, you'll make no down payment and no payments for 90 days. Can you say Orange Beach, here we come? This is going to be a good summer. Come choose from over 550 new Fords, and you'll learn firsthand that nobody will work harder to earn your business. Brand new award-winning Fords with 0% financing, no down payment, and no payment for 90 days with your good credit. This offer ends 9/3/24. Come see us today and make it a Woody Anderson Ford. Hope to see you soon.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Tired of the same old menu options everywhere you go? Then you need to try Metro Diner in Huntsville and Madison. The award-winning Metro Diner serves up signature dishes like their Charleston shrimp and grits, famous fried chicken and waffles with strawberry butter, and lots more. Their entire menu is available anytime, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And stop by for brunch on Saturday or Sunday and enjoy the lowest price mimosas in town. Airport Road, Huntsville, and Highway 72 in Madison. In diner or at home, make it Metro Diner.
Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling sluggish? Gentlemen, Game Day Men's Health. Game Day Men's Health is here to help you. Braden is here. Braden, you've got the answers.
Thanks, Scott. Whether it's low T, erectile dysfunction, weight loss, or a number of other things, we have the solution for them.
It's Game Day Men's Health. Give them a call today at
256-850-1570.
You can find them online.
GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, what man wouldn't like to have tests done in a man cave?
That's right. Come in for your free test and consultation, walk into a world-class staff, a comfortable, relaxed environment, and we got your results in about 20 minutes with appointments less than an hour.
And the big game is always on the TV. It's Game Day Men's Health. Give them a call.
256-850-1570.
You can find them online at GameDayMen'sHealth.com/Huntsville/The Zone.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. We're extremely proud that Baumhauer's Victory Grill has been serving Alabama for 43 legendary years. Our motto is legendary fun, legendary food, and we strive to make every dining experience a special one for all of our guests. Our menu features delicious, always fresh and scratch-made in-house recipes. And of course, our award-winning wings and sauces. And don't forget, our happy hour and halftime daily specials cannot be beat. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Yeah, welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. They're about to make an announcement. This segment of the show, by the way, is brought to you by the Orthopedic Center. Injury report coming up here, brought to you by the Orthopedic Center, where thousands of area residents have received world-class care from the Valley's most trusted and experienced group of orthopedic surgeons and medical specialists. TOC servicing the Huntsville Havoc, Alabama A&M, and most of the high schools in the region. High school action getting started on Friday night throughout all of North Alabama, South Tennessee, 13 locations throughout the Tennessee Valley. If you have an orthopedic problem and are considering professional care, TOC is the only logical choice. Whether you have a work-related injury or got sidelined playing the sport you love, you need the best care, the best physicians, the best facility to get you back in the game. I think you're going to agree that the Orthopedic Center is right for you. They're about to make an announcement down at the Mars Music Hall about the teams for the Rocket City Classic. They're coming up this has it been November or December, John? Was it November? No, it's December. It's about the second week of December. We'll get the dates and the teams to you here in a moment. We told you in the first hour one of the teams are. Roll Tide. But we'll get you. Alabama played in that thing 4 straight years, 2016, 17, 18, and 19 during the Avery Johnson era. And they're liable to come into this one ranked number 1 in the country. You're liable to have the number 1 team in the country playing at the Von Braun Center in the Rocket City Classic when it happens. So we'll let you know who the opponent is and what the story is here in just a few moments. I know we have people down there on location as well. So maybe we have to effort to get that kind of information. Who do you think's down there? John, who do you think's down there? We know that. I'm sure that Drew is down there.
Scott?
I would think that Scott's down there getting video or something like that. Do you think that Steve went?
No, I don't think that Steve went.
You don't think so?
No, yeah, I don't think he's really too thrilled about what's going on. No, I'm just kidding. He's right across from me here in the studio.
Oh, he's looking across at you?
Yeah.
Is it? It's too bad we can't carry it somehow.
Yeah.
Live, but it'd be nice to know who the teams are. I'll text Scott during the break and find out who the teams are.
Okay.
Speaking of injury reports, Austin Riley is expected to be out 6 to 8 weeks. That's the rest of the season with a right hand fracture. That's the rest of the regular season, folks. Okay. And maybe into the playoff for an Atlanta Brave team that's clinging to the final playoff spot right now by 2 games over the New York Mutts because the Mutts can't get out of their way. Braves playing a little bit better. Won 6 out of the last 10. Haven't really closed the gap at all on Philadelphia in the division, but they are 2 games ahead of the Mets right now in the playoffs. So the Mets have kind of started to struggle a little bit. Mets winners of 4 of their last 10. So Braves still 7 games behind the Phillies. The division looks like it's not going to be there for the Braves. They had an opportunity. They had a minute. Phillies have not played well for a month, but neither have the Braves. Not well enough to make a move. But they are firmly in the wild card position now. But now they lose Austin Riley for the rest of the regular season. So we'll see what happens there. And Jaden Daniels has been named the starter in Washington. So Jaden Daniels gets to start in Washington. And I think that's interesting and expected.
He looks
how many
good.
of these? How many of these rookies are going to start? How many are not going to start? We're drafted early on. It looks like Bo Nix is going to get the start. Of course, Caleb Williams. Everybody's losing their mind over Caleb Williams. They did the same exact thing when Justin Fields got there. Caleb Williams made an off-schedule throw, rolling out against his body. I posted it on X, and it was retweeted by ML Football is the site, but they've got like 250,000 followers. So it's not like some Yahoo Chicago Bear fan. And it said that Jalen Williams is the most exciting player to ever come into the NFL. That's what the tweet was. It was something like that. Let me see exactly what it was. Did you see that?
I have not seen that.
Let's see. It says here, Caleb Williams is the most special offensive talent coming out of college we have ever seen. This throw is insanity. I mean, it's a throw against his body. He's rolls out away from his body. It makes the throw down the field. I've seen Baker Mayfield make that throw.
It's a good throw. It is. And
it's nice. It's nice. It's a preseason game. The guy just heaves it up there, and it's insanity. Wait, let me reread the comment from ML Football. I was like, ML Football? Who the heck are these people? 233,000 followers. That's who ML Football is. Caleb Williams is the most special offensive talent coming out of college that we have ever seen. I mean, Michael Vick's like, hold my beer. I mean, are you kidding me?
Look,
the most special.
Caleb Williams, very talented. I want to see him whenever the regular season does hit. It also made it a little bit more spicy that he was throwing to his new wide receiver, Romo Duze. So that was also really cool. But again, you get a handful of these plays in the preseason, and it's bound to happen because you got all these second, third, fourth string guys on defense, on offense. But I don't think it's something to really overreact on. But it definitely shows that this kid does have some talent, similar to, I would say, Patrick Mahomes when it comes to making things happen. We just need to see that day in, day out going into the actual regular season.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. All right, let's get a break. When we come back, would John work for ramen noodles? I'll explain next on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Check out VSiN's catalog of original podcasts, daily and weekly programming to keep you in the know when you're on the go. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Quarterback Caleb Williams is the favorite to win the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award at plus 140. The Bears quarterback was the top overall selection in this year's draft. Bears coach Matt Eberflus has been impressed with Williams so far in the preseason.
It's not always going to be rosy. You're not going to make all your completions and make these big chunk plays to start out. And so I saw operation that was good before the snap, in and out of the huddle, really good communicating. Cadence was good. I thought his flow of the game was really nice.
Jaden Daniels, second among bettors at plus 600. Marvin Harrison Jr. plus 750. That's the VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I'm Chuck.
97.7 ESPN The Zone is the Tennessee Valley's #1 destination for the finest in sports talk all day long. Tune in to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond each morning at 7. Then, the Morning Blitz with Captain Cool and the Bandy Man. At noon, it's the Thom Abraham Show, followed by Paul Feinbaum and The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. The Zone is also your home for University of Alabama and UAH sports, plus the Atlanta Braves and the High School Sports Streaming Network. And sister station Talk Radio WZZN has Trash Pandas action with Josh Carey all season long. 97.7 ESPN The Zone and Talk Radio WZZN. Listen on the air or download the apps and take them with you everywhere.
Quality products, quality pricing, quality service is the name of the game for Owen Home Appliance Center. Find them in Somerville and Lacey Springs and online at owenappliance.com.
You need a lawyer and pick up the phone. I'm attorney Gary Lackey. When you call for a lawyer, where does that phone ring? My phone rings in my office.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. My phone rings in my office too.
So does mine. I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. And when you've been hurt and need help, we're the ones who take your call.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
Your representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com. Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama.
This is Paul Feinbaum. Listen to me coming up today at 2. Now back to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Thank you, Paul.
I know, Tom, but I'm struggling on who the other person is.
What? What'd you say?
I know, Tom, but I'm struggling on who the other person is.
Paul Feinbaum. Oh, that's a goodie. That's an oldie, but a goodie. That is for sure. I didn't text Steve or Scott. I didn't text Scott. Is Steve still in there?
Yeah, Steve's just chilling out. He's posted up right now.
He's just posted up right now?
Yeah.
Is he in the studio over there?
Yeah, he's just in the studio.
Crack his mic open. Tell him I want to talk to him.
All right, I'll get him ready for it.
Say, hey, tell him I need to talk to him. See if we know who they're playing. I mean, I'm shocked that Steve is not down at the Mars Music Hall. I mean, I know that the morning guys are down there. I'm sure that they're down there.
He's so
maybe
confused.
Maybe even Bailey is down there.
I doubt that. He's probably working hard on this whole Randolph thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, that's a distinct possibility.
What am I working on?
I'm shocked that you're not down at the Mars Music Hall. No?
Scott did call me, and when I found out he was going, I had plans on going, but I do have some production work to do.
No, that's good. That's good. I mean, I just thought for sure that you'd all be down there. He told
me it was very well attended. There was very few parking spots down there, so that was kind of my high sign to, you know what, I got enough on my plate. I've got too much on my plate, so I'm going to go back to the studio and do some work.
Was this supposed to be embargoed until 1:30, or because I mentioned it at like 12:30, and I didn't know if I wasn't supposed to. Did I screw up?
He might have dropped the ball a little bit, but I don't know if it's even.
I don't know. I think by now you're okay to say that Alabama's playing up here.
Whoa!
Well, now, yeah, but I said it at 12:30. I'm more wondering if I was. Yeah,
I think you're okay. Yeah,
I think I'd be okay.
I did not get any calls from Tuscaloosa in the past hour, so I think we're okay.
Do we know anything? Do we know who they're playing or anything like that?
That's a loaded question. What do you know? So
I don't know. I'm saying, do we know anything?
Just
do
tell
we
us
know
everything.
Anything about who are they playing?
I'm literally I'm showing John. I've been
Memphis?
writing up scripts. So I don't know. I don't know.
They're playing
Mr. Servant's quarters.
I am in the servant's quarters. I am your servant. All right. So I am here serving the multitudes here. So Memphis, I think it's Memphis.
Is it?
I think that's what I'm hearing. That's a good game.
I think that's a really good game. You got Penny Hardaway. Yeah.
Yeah. That's better than, some of the ones that, when they were here 4 years in a row, 2016, 17, 18, and 19.
Well, so wait a second. Whoa. So you're telling me you knew the answer to the question that you just asked me?
No, somebody, one of my great listeners texted it to me while I was asking you, and it says Memphis. So I figured that's it. Now there's got to be another game, right? Isn't there 2 games? Oh, there he is. Hey, look.
Yeah, we got him.
Bulletin.
We got him. We got all these cameras.
There's Moulton right there on the WZCN TV, and he's working away.
Yeah,
he's over there working away. And he's putting, listen, we have 6 high school football games on Friday night. So he's putting all of this stuff together for the 6 games because he is the program director. So he has to direct all of these games and get all of the sponsors.
You're trying not to make me go to sleep tonight, aren't you?
Who do you not have information from yet? Who didn't give us, do you have Westminster stuff yet or no?
No, not yet. No.
You have Huntsville High stuff yet?
No, not yet.
Your contact for that's downstairs,
I am fully aware, and he is fully aware.
Okay.
That, I need that information.
You got MA, you got you and me, our games we got covered, I'm sure.
That's what I just got through doing was Buckhorn and Madison Academy.
So do we have Randolph's information yet?
No.
Okay, wonderful.
It's Monday.
Let's get it.
Monday.
Do we have Sparkman's information yet? Let that kid across the glass there. Let him
you got an update
contact
for me over there?
Yeah, have
Captain
him
Cool?
Contact them. That's his team.
You don't even know.
I don't even know what's
That's
going
your
on
team. Here. You need to contact somebody over there and say we need your sponsor list.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
All right. Do we know the other game at all, Steve?
No.
Okay.
No. I was under the assumption there was no other game, that there was just one game.
Oh, maybe there is. Maybe there is just one. Isn't there usually 2?
They've done double headers, and they have done a women's game and then a men's game. But from what I understand, I think this is a one and done.
Alabama, Memphis. Man, it's too bad that arena doesn't hold 10,000 because they'd sell it out.
Yeah. And Bama's going to be this is going to be a hot ticket and a big game. The exhibition will take place on October 28th.
Why are you saying exhibition?
That is what is the release that I'm reading in front of me. That the exhibition game will take place on October the 28th.
Oh, it's not that's when the Rocket City Classic is? That doesn't make sense.
That's what I have in front of me.
Why would they be playing an exhibition game there? The Rocket City Classic's always like December. It's a regular season game. And why would you play Memphis in an exhibition game?
Oh, here we go. Here's
something's wrong there.
Here is the full This from the Huntsville Sports Commission.
All right, what do we got?
Penny Hardaway, NBA legend, Mark Sears, Grant Nelson, blah, blah, blah. Exhibition. Yes, this is an exhibition game. And
on October 28th.
Yeah, tickets will go on sale on August the 23rd. Prices start at $40. But
this is disappointing to me.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, it's Memphis, for God's sake. You don't play Memphis in an exhibition game. You play Marathon Oil in an exhibition game. That's an old throwback to the Syracuse Orangemen. They used to play Marathon Oil.
That was the pregame for the Blue Bonnet Bowl.
I mean, exhibition game, October 28th. That's kind of interesting. And then who knows who's going to play? Whether they play everybody. It's like a preseason game. Obviously, if it's an exhibition game.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, now we know that. Austin Riley, by the way, out for the rest of the regular season. That sucks.
Whoa. So you said what about Austin Riley?
Out for the rest of the regular season. 6 to 8 weeks with a broken hand. I mean, the hits just keep on coming. And there's still 2 games up on the Mets in the wild card. But, man, no Austin Riley. 6 to 8 weeks would be into the – he would miss that playoff series. Sucks. Yeah. Yeah, he might not be back in time for the playoff series. If they're playing in that 3-game wild card series.
Steve's reaction is everybody that's a Braves fan's reaction right now.
Yeah,
but I mean, this has been going on since game 1 when Sean Murphy was down for like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
I mean, I love how they cut over to our dugout and the Angels, the third base dugout, and look, there's Ronald Acuna and there's Ozzie Albies. Boy, we sure love to have them on the field, wouldn't we?
Yeah, along with Austin Riley at the entire, it's crazy. Now, do they? Let's talk shop for a second here. We know that there was an issue earlier today with the Chuck Oliver show, due to the satellite feed. Was it on their end? Because isn't that the same satellite receiver that the Braves come in on?
It is, but the Braves have an off day. There was a issue. Spoke with the fine folks over at Skyview. They are efforting on their end in Arizona. So
okay, right.
As soon as I know an answer,
that's good stuff.
Yeah,
I got the release just popped into my laptop now. Yeah. Will face Memphis on October 28th in an NCAA-approved exhibition game benefiting the Huntsville Hospital Foundation. Well, that's good for the Huntsville Hospital Foundation, but it's an exhibition game against Memphis.
Yeah,
I mean that's a quality. Well, I'll say one thing. That means almost for certain that Alabama will be ranked number 1 in the country probably when that game is played, because a lot of people are thinking that Alabama is going to be preseason number 1. And so they won't have played. They'll be 0-0. They won't have played it. Nobody will have beaten them yet. So
this
they'll be number 1.
Count,
and it does not count. The returning duo of Mark Sears and Grant Nelson leads Alabama. Yeah, unless it's a JV game, unless they don't play anybody, they'll play. I would think.
You think it'll be on the network?
Nate Oates says we are excited and looking forward to partnering with Memphis for this meaningful event in Huntsville. So you didn't even call it a game. This exhibition game is a chance to benefit the Huntsville Hospital Foundation and give back to the people in need, which goes beyond basketball. We look forward to seeing our fans in Huntsville and the opportunity to play a quality program in Memphis. I don't know. It'll be on this air one way or the other. You know that. It'll be you and Scott doing a game, or it'll be, Chris Stewart doing a game. All right. We'll grab a break. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Work hard. Steve's working hard. All right, we'll get a break. When we come back, a final segment. Do I have a final segment? Yeah, final segment next when we return here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Tired of the same old menu options everywhere you go? Then you need to try Metro Diner in Huntsville and Madison. The award-winning Metro Diner serves up signature dishes like their Charleston shrimp and grits, famous fried chicken and waffles with strawberry butter, and lots more. Their entire menu is available anytime, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And stop by for brunch on Saturday or Sunday and enjoy the lowest price mimosas in town. Airport Road, Huntsville, and Highway 72 in Madison. In diner or at home, make it Metro Diner.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Looking for your next game day party destination? Well, think outside the box and kick back at Flosa Premier. And you may be thinking, isn't that the trampoline place? Of course it is. But it's also the one-stop spot for all things fun. And if kicking back with the boys to watch the game is your jam, then you're in the right spot. Jump or not, Flo tends to all ages, meaning while you sit back and watch the game, but little Jimmy's having the time of his life perfecting that front flip he most definitely wants to show you. You got this, Jimmy. So next time you think Flo, think fun for everyone.
Chapman Commercial Realty, your source for Alabama commercial real estate. Chapman Commercial Realty has the experience and expertise you're looking for when making commercial real estate decisions. If it's office space, retail space, investment property, or project development, Chapman Commercial Realty is your answer. Call Bill Chapman today at 256-656-8413. That's 256-656-8413. Or find them online at chapmancommercialrealty.com.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Listen weekday afternoons starting at 5 on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
It's perfect!
Segment of the show is brought to you by Owen Home Appliance Center. The biggest names in appliances are at Owen Home Appliance Center. Plus, there's some that you may not even know, but they got tremendous value. It's still summertime. I know it feels like fall because of the football season getting ready to start, but it's still summertime. So you might want to get that freezer replaced that's crapping out from after a long, hot summer. And they've got great deals right down there now on a name brand frost-free, he said, upright and chest freezers. And Home Appliance Center has them in. They got them in stock and they're ready to go. They can be delivered or you can pick it up. It's all good. Don't let that food go to waste. Get a new freezer at Owen Home Appliance Center. Mike Owen and his team are offering you a free or a $50 gift card towards the purchase of Wagyu beef when you purchase a freezer down there as well. Owen Home Appliance Center, quality products, quality pricing, quality service. It's right there. And the name time now for the 2-minute warning, brought to you by Minuteman Press. And in the 2-minute warning is Bama Brad, who did hit the text window earlier saying, I wish I had Danny's enthusiasm with all his one-and-done sports teams. And as a Bears fan and a Cubs fan, I can't boast too much, but I can with Roll Tide Roll. Bama Brad is up. Bama Brad, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great, man. How are y'all today?
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, this Caleb Williams thing, I was talking to Badger Larry the other day, and I said, what he did is exactly what Fields has been doing, and everybody said, yeah, but he can't win games. So it's yet to be proven whether this guy's going to pan out or not. But I will say this. He's getting comparisons to Patrick Mahomes, and everybody's throwing shade at him. Who had a better college career? Who had a better college career, Tom? Him or Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes didn't do much in college. So
well, he had, but he played for Texas Tech, not Oklahoma and USC, and your boy didn't win any big games. You know what I mean? The last big game that he won, Caleb Williams, would be the next one. He was not very good against the top teams on his schedule. So I paused there because, again, it was Texas Tech for Patrick Mahomes. So I'm not ready to go there yet. Yeah.
So, well, he had the same competition that Caleb had in his division or his conference. So
yeah, but he didn't have a team. He didn't.
I'm just saying. It's yet to be proven, but I'm just saying be cautious because Patrick Mahomes was not a superstar in college himself. So
yeah, well, I mean, he was the 10th pick overall. He was really good,
The good thing about being a Bears fan and a Tide fan is the Tide's about to roll, and I have full confidence in them. So
yeah,
roll Tide, them out.
All right, appreciate you. Yeah, look, guy played for Texas Tech, Mahomes. Okay, so and he was a little bit of a late bloomer, but he had some incredible numbers in college. That's why he was the 10th pick overall in the first round. I mean, he wasn't a slouch, and he didn't have Oklahoma and he didn't have USC. The talent that Oklahoma and USC has compared to the talent that Texas Tech has. I mean, come on. It's not even, you're talking about apples and oranges, 100% across the board. So it's not even close. All right, I teased, would John work for Rahman? I don't know, John, if you heard about this or not, but the numbers finally came in from the Olympics. Track and field became the first sport to award winners prize money when the sports governing body pledged $50,000 to each gold medal winner. Now, each country offered their own incentives for athletes winning medals. $768,000 for a gold medal from Hong Kong. And they did have 2 gold medals, both in fencing. The U.S. only awarded $37,000 for gold medals, $22,000 for silver, and $15,000 for bronze. Now, some athletes at the Olympics received non-monetary prizes from their countries, whether from the government or private donations. Now, in the Philippines, get this, John, the Philippines, Carlos Yulo, he won 2 gold medals in gymnastics. He got a house on a lot.
Okay.
A furnished condominium and free ramen. There you go.
I mean,
you get free ramen for winning a gold.
Now, if you said the house thing, fully furnished, now we're talking. But if you're just winning ramen, that's a totally different story. All right?
Well, he got the house on a lot. It says a furnished condominium, so I don't know if he got a house and a condominium. But damn, he got free ramen for life.
I mean, I'm already doing that every single day here, but it does cost a little bit of money. So not anything. I mean, it's ramen. You can get it for like 96 cents
a pack.
Yeah, something like that. It's not that much.
Free ramen.
Free ramen
for life.
For life.
Tomorrow I'm at Baumhauer's. Stoked about that. I'm fired up. Come out and see me at Baumhauer's tomorrow, South Parkway. Have lunch. We'll have a good time there. Until then, the Paul Feinbaum Show is coming up next. I'm Thom Abraham. And this has been the Thom Abraham Show. Have a great day, everybody.